Sup, peeps? We're going to get into the biggest conversation pieces of the most recent episode of Raw coming up next. Okay, this is a big deal. This whole situation with Adam Pearce and Braun Breaker being suspended, it's getting interesting. Let's get into it. So there was a 6-man tag team match with the Vision going up against Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Penta. Braun Breaker is still suspended from last week. No surprise there, right? Why would they bring him back the very next week? Okay, Adam Pearce said he was going to be at ringside to make sure that the Vision doesn't act the same way they always like to. Just being a problem, beating up people, and just all the stuff that the Vision likes to always do. Adam Pearce was out there to make sure that it didn't happen this time, and he needed to be, because they were getting ready to use brass knuckles. And Austin Theory had his hand behind his back, like lying to the referee, like he didn't, have the brass knuckles in his hand. Adam Pearce went from behind, snatched the brass knuckles right out of Austin Theory's hand. He looked at Paul Heyman, and he was like, "What are these?" And Paul Heyman was like, "He doesn't know what they are." And then they started arguing. Adam Pearce nonchalantly placed the brass knuckles on the edge of the ring. You guys might be able to figure out where this is going. It can go either way, right? They started arguing away from the ring. Rey Mysterio is right there where the brass knuckles are. He was able to put them in his hand. He was able to use them. And then a few moments later, after a few moves, they were able to win against Austin Theory, Logan Paul, and Bronson Reed. Later on, though, Adam Pearce got this call on his phone. And then Paul Heyman looked at him. He said, "If I were you, I would answer that call." And then he walked off. And then Adam Pearce answered the phone. We didn't see anymore for a while. Then later, Adam Pearce said he wants Braun Breaker back there next week. And Paul Heyman was like, "Well, is it to reinstate him?" And then Adam Pearce, he said, I just want to just talk to him." And Paul Heyman said, "That phone call right there is the reason why you're bringing Braun Breaker back next week." And Adam Pearce, he said, "It has nothing to do with the phone call. It has nothing to do with the phone call." But who knows, man? Paul Heyman pulls strings like no one else. So it's no telling who that phone call was. I mean, it could be someone trying to intimidate Adam Pearce some kind of way. I mean, I don't know. But I do feel like down the line, it's probably going to be some sort of match with Adam Pearce against somebody else for his spot as general manager. Maybe. We'll see. Aside from that, CM Punk versus Finn Balor. CM Punk was able to win. Yes, he was able to win. It was a good match, though. It was kind of like what I expected from CM Punk versus Finn Balor. Something that we've never seen before. They were going one-on-one with each other, pulling out all their best moves on each other. Like the Anaconda Vice and the Go to Sleep and all those moves. And Finn Balor and, his drop kicks and all that. There was a moment where Finn Balor was getting ready to hit the coup de grace. CM Punk rolled out of the way, scooped him up, GTS, right down to the ground. That would have been like the perfect ending. 1, 2, but it was not. Finn Balor was able to kick out. A little while later, Finn Balor goes to the top again. Hits a couple of drop kicks first, then goes to the top again. Connects with the coup de grace this time, and just like I said, it was going to be a very close call with the 1-2 almost, but CM Punk was not losing the title tonight. From there, a few moments later, after a little bit more fighting, CM Punk was able to hit the go to sleep for a second time. 1, 2, 3. Yes, CM Punk retained the title. Nobody got involved. No nonsense happened. It was nothing ridiculous. It was just cool. It was chill. Though I was kind of worried because Finn Balor was just standing up there at the ramp, just staring at Punk. I'm like, please don't attack him. Punk showed respect to Finn Balor by picking him up off the ground by his hand and raising his arm, showing a little respect, which I liked as well. And yeah, man, that was a cool moment as well. All right, Maxine versus Becky. Another match that's like the Finn Balor situation where they are in fact performing in their own country. Becky Lynch also being from Ireland. The match was a traditional match starting off, but halfway through, Becky Lynch takes the turnbuckle off. You know how Becky Lynch is. You know, this is like her go-to stuff. The match went on for a while without anybody running into it, but Becky eventually ran into it herself, falling for her own dirty trick. Maxine with a kick and was getting ready to get the 1, 2, 3, but then her buddy standing at ringside, Natalia, put her foot on the rope, meaning Becky Lynch. Put Becky Lynch's foot on the rope just before the count of 3, breaking Becky's pin for her. Maxine looked confused, like, why would you do that? Whatever. Turned around, scooped up with a manhandle slam. 1, 2, 3, big time Bex retains. She gets out of there, and then afterwards, Natalia just mauls, pretty much just beats down to the ground Maxine Dupree. Gunther and AJ Styles had another face-to-face this week. AJ Styles says that it's not over. He wants another match at the Royal Rumble against Gunther. Gunther, a few minutes before AJ Styles interrupted, said that he was declaring himself in the Royal Rumble. And Gunther said, why would I want to have a match against you and be in the Royal Rumble in the same night? And AJ Styles started teasing him. He said, okay, well, maybe you're just scared. And then Gunther comes back in there and he said he doesn't have a reason to face AJ Styles again. And then Gunther was getting ready to leave the ring. But then Gunther thought about it and he said, I do have one condition. If you put your career on the line, then we'll have a match at Royal Rumble the same night that Gunther's in the Royal Rumble. And he told AJ Styles, just think about it. He wants a decision by the end of the night. AJ Styles winds up accepting and telling Adam Pearce that he wants to go up against Gunther. If he loses, he's gone from WWE. I mean, Gunther is being called the career killer as of late. Man, it is possible. I mean, I thought AJ Styles was supposed to finish out 2026. That's what I thought. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Gunther's starting to build this reputation of retiring stars. First Goldberg, then John Cena, which I'm going to be honest with you. The John Cena one, that just wasn't right to me. It just really wasn't. And then now maybe the AJ Styles one. I hope AJ Styles finishes out 2026. Like all the greats are fading out, and they're due to the hands of Gunther. Somebody old school needs to come back, man. Old great. Even if they are old, they need to come back for maybe like a year, give one final run, one more full calendar year, something like that, just to shake things up, because too many people are leaving. But that's it for this video, peeps. We'll see what happens. That's this weekend, Saturday night's main event. Peace out. Oh, snap. It's not Saturday night's main event. It's at Royal Rumble. I'm thinking about it because I got to make a video for Saturday night's main event later this week. And that's a whole another load of matches. Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu. And, that's a whole bit. That's a whole different set of matches that happen at Saturday night's main event. Anyway, back to focus. Gunther versus AJ Styles does not happen until the Royal Rumble. But that's it for this video, peeps. Peace out, peeps.